Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Opening things up, our first reviewer gives us their take.
This reviewer starts by noting a slight disappointment with the product's advertisement. It was promoted as having a braided cable, but the unit that arrived came with a standard rubbery one. While this wasn't a major issue for our reviewer, it was an inaccuracy worth mentioning. With that out of the way, this client was otherwise very impressed with this gaming mouse. The first thing they noticed was its size and shape. It's a larger device with a traditional form, featuring a gentle downward slope on the right side. Our reviewer typically isn't a fan of aggressive ergonomic designs, but found the subtle curve on this model to be quite decent and a great fit for their hand. They acknowledge that users who strongly prefer a symmetrical design might need to look at other, often wireless and more costly, alternatives. Contrary to some complaints about this mouse being too heavy, this user found it to be extremely light. They appreciated the inclusion of an optional weight that can be added to the base for those who prefer a more substantial feel. The scroll wheel is soft, grippy, and quiet during use, though the middle click button was found to be a bit hard to press. The materials feel smooth and premium, but our reviewer still felt the need for some extra traction and ordered an anti-slip grip. They planned to apply it only to the sides, as they didn't want to cover the wonderfully smooth, concave main buttons. The side buttons were also a highlight, being large yet easy to reach. Overall, this client is happy with their purchase and would recommend this mouse, especially for those who use a palm or relaxed claw grip and have struggled to find a suitable wired option.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer found themselves in need of a new peripheral after their old one began to malfunction, constantly creating connection issues with their computer. Being a long-time user of a particular manufacturer, our reviewer's first instinct was to simply replace their old model, but they soon discovered it had been discontinued. This prompted a search for a newer alternative, though this client was wary of many modern designs. They were not interested in the overly angular and aggressive look common to many gaming products. Instead, they hoped to find a mouse with a more traditional and comfortable shape that still delivered high-end sensitivity and control. After some searching, our reviewer decided to take a chance on this particular mouse, and the gamble paid off perfectly. From the start, they have had no complaints, noting that it operates very smoothly and meets all their performance needs. An interesting feature is the illuminated logo on the palm rest, which gently cycles through a variety of colors. While this client initially thought the glowing effect might be annoying, they decided to leave it on and found themselves pleasantly entertained by it. It even proved to have a practical benefit, acting as a small beacon that makes the device easy to locate and grab in a dim room. The cost was also well within the range they were willing to spend, making it a great overall value. For anyone on the fence, especially those looking for top-tier performance in an understated package, this reviewer believes you will be very pleased with this choice.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer wanted to share their thoughts on this particular pointing device. The first thing that struck our reviewer was how incredibly light this mouse is. It really makes a difference when you're gaming, allowing for quick and effortless movements, especially during intense moments. It feels like it glides across the surface. Beyond the weight, this client also really appreciates the quality of the clicks. They're crisp, responsive, and have a really satisfying tactile feel to them. The sound itself is also quite pleasing, adding to the overall sense of quality. It's one of those things you don't think about until you experience it, but it really elevates the experience. Furthermore, the software companion app makes it such a great value. It's intuitive to use, letting you easily personalize the buttons, set up macros, and tweak the settings to your exact preferences. It's a significant selling point and a feature that helps the product stand out. Another feature the reviewer found particularly convenient is the dual DPI option. You can set up your preferred DPI levels within the app, but what's even better is the dedicated button on the mouse itself, allowing you to switch DPI settings on the fly. This is incredibly useful for adjusting sensitivity during different parts of a game, or even for general desktop use. Overall, this client strongly recommends this mouse to anyone looking for a lightweight, comfortable, and highly customizable gaming experience. It is definitely a top-tier product in its category.
That's all for today. If you like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.